Greetings, viewers and friends. Welcome to Black Metal and Brews. We're on day 8 of beer camp, and we're running out of options. Tonight, we're going to be visiting with a dark beer and a dark cassette to pair with it. Our selections this evening are a classic. We're visiting with a pregnant light side of the split cassette with obscure Lupine Quietus, a British black metal group whose sound is far rawer, harsher, shriller, more traditional black metal. That crackling is the cat. Thank you, cat. Now that she has made her presence known, hopefully we can get back to business. We're pairing that tonight with a beer that is a collaboration between our friends at Sierra Nevada, as with everything in this box, and Ninkasi, a local Oregonian brewery. This is Double Latte. I should warn my viewers, pretty much every beer I review is vegan. This beer is not a vegan beer. So if you find yourself in that population, I respect you, and I'm letting you know that you cannot have this, and I'm sorry. Continuing from there, this is a latte stout, essentially. They're calling it double latte at least, and it's a coffee milk stout. Should be relatively sweet because it's got lactose sugar in it, and brewed with local legend Stumptown coffee. May have already said that, but good stuff. Hoping it translates well into the beer, because as a coffee fanatic, I figured I would like this, and I know that the creative mastermind behind the Pregnant Light is also a bit of a coffee fiend. I figured this was appropriate. I elected to pick an older release simply due to the darkness and density that isn't lacking so much from present releases, but has been absorbed in a different way and channeled differently. This first song, Burning Basin, is just easily one of the most violent, chaotic things a Pregnant Light has ever created, save for probably the song Temple Prostitute off the very first demo, The Feast of Clipped Wings. But even here, we can feel the reaching the depth. Wow, that's a nice cup of coffee. Damn fine. Let's see. Older Pregnant Light to me, well, because this is 2 years old now, I believe, which comes as it's strange to me to realize that I've been following this project for a couple years now. It feels like it's still so new and exciting, but I feel like this is an act of self-destruction and rebirth in a lot of ways, this era especially. And this side of this cassette, I feel is often overlooked. In fact, this and the split that precedes it, the Pregnant Light's split with Sado's, the sky had conspired against thee before thy bones had dried. I think I got that right. Two really essential steps, often not looked at with the same thoroughness as some of the proper demos and EPs and whatnot, but just as worthy, just as vital. I'll be writing more on this later, and I've written on it before. You'll see. And I'll provide a link to the prior writings. That is very chocolatey. We're not talking your Hershey's bar chocolatey smelling, but that is bitter cacao. This should be exciting as a fan of coffee and lattes. So let's have it. So right off the bat, I gotta say, I'm a stout guy first and foremost. It's not what I drink the most now. In fact, I drink very few stouts these days in an effort to learn more. But stouts have been my primary go-to since I first tried the Lagunitas Cappuccino Stout some years ago. I've just always been into them. This is really exciting for me. Good coffee flavor, but it's not overpowering it. It's not like I'm just drinking a cold brew, although there'd be nothing wrong if I were. It still tastes like beer above all else, which is important. I don't want it to taste like candy. I don't want it to steal away the essence of the actual beer itself. So we got that. It's definitely got all of the maltiness and richness of a nice stout. There's some bittering hops, I think. Bitterness of hops, regardless. Just really nice little kind of the period at the end of the sentence. It's punctuated by it. I like how sudsy it is too. It's not that it has the heaviest head as you may be able to see here, but that it's just lingering. What is there is really solid. It's like a barrier, really retaining its essence. Much like the latte this is naming itself after, in a way. I'm really impressed, truth be told, and that's as somebody who, if anything, due to my love of darker beer, I'm usually a little biased, a little picky, especially in things that are chocolatey. Some of you may know chocolate has to be really good for me to like it, and I don't usually like it even when it is really good, so this is an exciting change of pace. We're now listening to On a Banquet Table, which is, to me, one of the most... I don't visit with this tape often enough, but this is one of... I remember getting this in the mail and how excited I was. And the song, aside from having good memories for me, it feels like the one light shining in the darkest night. I know that's a silly sort of thing, but just... it's really cool. I'd rather just let you guys hear it than talk about it. Sorry, there's a little fruit fly or something. Oregon summer, there seem to be some of those, and one has decided that my beer smells pretty good, I guess. I apologize because I'm doing a lot of gesturing that is not talking with my hands. Build is really nice. From here, the song progresses. I'm not fond of making my videos terribly lengthy, as I realize that we all have lives to get to, and nobody is likely as interested in these as I am. So I will include a link to the Bandcamp, because I feel that this, as well as the B-side, the contributions from obscure Lupine Quietus are essential as well, but you need to hear the song with clarity. You need to hear the full thing. Copies of a second edition of this are still in the Colloquial Sound Store through some crazy miracle. I think they're only $6 too, so if this sounds remotely like your thing, you really owe it to yourself to grab a copy. Easily, both the start of a turning point, but also clearly some of the most immersive darkness that A Pregnant Light created before kind of becoming, well, more experimental, more diversified. As I said, in the very near future, I'm going to be examining A Pregnant Light's career a little more thoroughly in an upcoming post. It'll be written, not video, so you won't have to sit and listen to my voice. With that, I think I'm going to take one final sip before sending you off. I hope that you folks have enjoyed this video. I think you'll enjoy this beer if you've got the beer camp, or if you haven't already, get it. And I think you need this tape in your life. Cheers!